Okay, so what we want to do is we want to start and we want to make a plot. So I'm just going to plot a boring point, 0, 0. Okay, plot boring point and just put a title on it. I'm going to call it Gummy Bear Squish. Squish, squish, squish. Gummy Bear Squish, fantastic. And axes, yes, this is the one I want. Okay, so X limits are 0 to 100, and the Y limits are 100, right? Yeah, 0 to 5, and that's because I plugged it into the 5-volt thingy. So since it's the 5-volt thingy, then that means that I have a max of 5 that I can get out of that measurement. Okay, now let's see what I want to do next. Okay, and maybe I want to be like max iterations, max iter, I-I-I-T-E-R, max iterations. Okay, I'm going to set this to 100, so there's max iterations are 100, and then if I'm plotting the time, then for the x-axis going across the bottom, it'll be the max iterations divided by the pause value, I think. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Let's run it and find out what's happening. Okay, so here we go. Doop-de-doo-doo, run, and come on, girl, pull up my little floopy top. Okay, and, oh, okay, so, hold on. Floopies and pushy ups and pushy downs and pushy ups and pushy downs, and it's going to 100, and, wait, that's not times at all, and also, wait, okay, hold on, that's not right. First of all, okay, hold on. I need to hold that on, and I can take that hold off. Hold on, off. So hold on, what can I do here? Yeah, okay, first of all, not plotting the index, I need to plot the time at the index. Index, there we go. Okay, so that should help. Well, let's see what happens next. Okay, let's run this again, and run, and look at the picture. Picture, come on, picture. Ooh, wait, 2,000. That's, wait, really high. Oh, because 100 divided by 0.05 is a really big number. Yeah, okay, get out of this. Okay, I'm guessing that where I put a divided sign, I actually need to put a multiply sign. Look at me go. I'm going to figure this out. Okay, now I'm going to run it and see what happens. Come on. Hello, cuckoo clock. Okay, choopy choopy choo, choopy choopy choo. Okay, so wait, 5 seconds, but it's still running in the background, and then it stopped. Okay, so now I gotta figure out what's going on here, because it seems like I'm doing the math right. The last time is about 10 seconds, but it should only be 5 seconds. So why is that the case? Hold on, let's investigate what's actually happening here. Okay, so run it again. Let's see what's going on. Okay, pull up picture. Come on, picture. All right, so it's 5 seconds, and it's going uppy downy, uppy downy, uppy downy. And it's definitely, okay, wait, can I just not do math? This is the part of programming where you're like, okay, hold on. And then, okay, what's happening? Okay, let me go look at my numbers again and make sure that I'm not losing my mind. Okay, so the times definitely go up to basically 10, which is twice as far as I feel like they should go. Right? Okay, what are those differences there? Okay, hold on. Those don't seem like they're only a 0.05 apart. Those seem like they're more than a 0.05 apart. So, seems like something isn't mathing like it should, because it should be only 0.05, but clearly question mark, those aren't working. So let's figure out, let's see, what can I do? Cry. No. Cry more. Maybe. Stare at it. Maybe. Okay. Neither of those things have worked. Okay. Then, let's see, what else can I try? What if I go, okay, I can do diff time, and that'll tell me the differences between all the values. So, yeah, okay, all those values are actually bigger than 0.05. The average mean time, diff time, is 0.09. So it's basically twice as long, which makes sense because I'm getting 10 seconds of data instead of 5 seconds of data. Okay, so I'm not losing my mind. It's just actually not acting as I designed it to. Okay, so what to do? This is probably some kind of electronics thing that I don't understand because I'm just a wee little programmer and I'm apparently dumb and I'm just learning, and that's okay. It's okay not to be perfect. I just want it to act right. Okay, come on, girl. So maybe what I need to do is, let's see. Any suggestions, y'all? I could just yell at this 0.09 for a while. What happens if I change my 0.05 to a 0.01? Do I actually get the numbers that I want? Clicky, go! Pull up image. It goes really fast. So obviously I need more. Wait. Oh, it went for 5 seconds this time. Oh, and it's, yep, okay, it's still 5 times as long. So it only gave me 1 second on the picture, but it gave me 5 times as much. So yeah, I mean, this is consistent with badness. Let's see, run this again. 1,000 iterations, doop-de-doop-de-doo, and it's going to run. And doop-de-doo. So this is supposed to be only 10 seconds long. Push the gummy bear, push the gummy bear, push the gummy bear. It's off the chart, but it's still running in the background, and it's still running in the background, and it's still, you know, running in the background. And it's still running in the background, and I feel like I don't want to stop it because I'm checking my logic. Remember, a big point of doing these labs is to learn how to troubleshoot and to play, and if I got everything right the first time, you wouldn't learn. Because in real life, you don't code things and they work the first time. They don't work the 47th time. Even whenever you think you know what you're doing, you're like, I'm going to record this video. Oh, it still isn't working the way you want it to, and it's still busy, and it's still thinking because you're like, I'm going to try it slightly differently whenever I code it for the video, and then you do it slightly differently, and then it all falls apart. So, come on, girl. You can, there we go. Okay, it's done. Now, what was the max time, or the end time? Okay, so again, it should have been 10 seconds. It was 5 times as long. And yep, that mean difference is basically 5 times that pause value. Okay, so apparently this is just something that I'm going to have to accept as a person because the purpose of this class is not to, or the purpose of this lab is not to go in and, you know, troubleshoot this. This is just for funsies. So this is some kind of a pause value that's not really a pause value. I'd have to actually go play with, must have something to do with tick and talk and how, I don't know, something works. I don't know. I'll just have to play with it. But I do like the graph it's giving me. So now I need to figure out this max iterations thing. So if I have 50 and I have 1,000, how do I figure out what the max is gonna be? Maybe I could like do something. Hold on. You know what would actually be easier is if I just actually used the total seconds that I wanted rather than trying to do the math backwards. Okay, I want 10 seconds. And so the max iteration is going to be the total number of seconds times divided by, times divided by, yeah, there we go. The pause value. I think that's right. Okay. Sorry, you get to this point and your brain stops working. Let me just plug this in at the bottom and make sure that these numbers make sense. So 200 iterations. Okay, so a maximum of 200 iterations, and that's assuming everything runs perfectly. Okay, so now I have a total seconds. So maybe what I want to do is kind of go in here and make it stop. Hold on, what am I forgetting? Something? Okay, no, I think I'm good. All right, oh yeah, that thing. All right, so now here, instead of going all the way across, I want to go to, oh, I should have written total seconds there. I wrote 10. Oh, well, I'll come back and fix it if I remember. Okay, but now I'm going to put something in here that's like if talk is greater than total seconds, then I want to go ahead and break and get out of this picture. So even, yeah, so it'll either break on the total number of iterations or the total number of seconds. And then, of course, it's running on the same existing chart because I just keep running it on the same chart. Chart. Okay, good. But it looks like it's working. I'm going to go ahead up here and I'm going to put CLF, and that's going to close any existing figures. Okay, and then that should fix that problem from now on out. So, okay, perfect. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so let's see. Okay. The other thing that I really wanted to do here is mess with these pictures. So it's all dotty, and I think the dots are a little hard to read. So I actually wanted to make them lines, and I wanted to do that. Let me go ahead and do that in this video instead of making a separate one for it. So basically, once I start plotting the second line, the second dot, I want to make them connected to the one before it. So not obviously the first point I can't do anything with, but after the second point, then I want to start connecting it to the point before it. So here, for this plot, basically, for index, or if index, sorry, not for. So if the index happens to be greater than or equal to 2, then I want to plot a thingy. Okay, so basically what I want to do is I want to take that index of where I am, and I want to use the one behind it and then the current one. Okay, so the current, oh, sorry, 2. Sorry, I said 2 and I wrote 1. Okay, so I want to take the index minus 1 to the current index. So like the step behind and where I am now. So step behind and where I am now for the time, and then the same thing on the voltage. The step behind, index minus 1, and where I am now. And then instead of making it a thing, I'm going to make it a line instead of a star. I think I like the way it looks. Let's see. Let's try it now. Let's see what happens. And now I've got a pretty little line like that. Okay, so I can kind of see how that goes, and I can play the squishy gummy bear game. Woo! Okay, actually, I don't like it with the star. I'm going to replace it with a dot. Okay, dot. And run it again. I think it's prettier. And come on, girl. Whee! Ah, look at my little squishy gummy bear. Squish, 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 squish. Fantastic. Okay. Actually, you know, I liked it whenever we took the measurements more often, so I'm just going to change that value back down to 0.01, and I think I'll get a smoother graph. Whee! Okay, so look at this. You're making gummy bear graphs, and you took MATLAB and you correlated it with something in the real world, which is something I don't think I've ever done before. So that was actually kind of fun. I had a good time. And as long as you kind of have everything working together, you should be able to, I don't know, like this should just maybe open up a whole new world of fantastic MATLAB and Arduino possibilities all the world around. So have fun.